Hi, my name is Danielle Martino. I'm going to discuss childhood apraxia of speech and some of the treatment approaches that can be used with this population. Childhood apraxia of speech is a motor speech disorder in which an individual has difficulty planning the motor movements necessary for speech production. According to ASHA, getting feedback from a number of senses, such as tactile, visual, and auditory feedback, is very helpful for these clients. With this multisensory feedback, the child can repeat syllables, words, sentences, and longer utterances to improve muscle coordination and sequencing for speech. Murray et al. 2013 conducted a systematic review examining 13 treatment approaches for CAS. 3 treatments were judged to have evidence to support their efficacy, and these included integral stimulation, or dynamic temporal and tactile cueing, REST, and integrated phonological awareness intervention. For children with more severe CAS, integral stimulation and dynamic temporal and tactile cueing appeared to be most effective. So integral stimulation is more of a listen to me, watch me, and do what I do approach. So the clinician starts off with phonetically simple utterances and gradually progresses to more phonetically difficult stimuli. So tactile cues and gestural cues are used to help the child produce accurate movement gestures, and this goes along with childhood apraxia of speech, how they have difficulty positioning the articulators to produce certain sounds. So I'm going to show you how I use the multi-sensory approach for children with CAS. So I have here lively letters, which can be used as a visual for a client to produce specific speech sounds that they're having difficulty with. So I chose K and SH just to show you an example. So for SH, they have the visual here with the lively letter characters, and at the bottom it shows a story that you can read to your client. The S is quietly shaking poor H, telling him to be quiet. Big quiet air comes out as she says, shh, don't cry. And at the bottom it also provides a hand cue to put your index finger up to your protruding lips as if to say, shh, be quiet. So here's the visual, and the other visual is your hand movements, and you're just visually showing the lip movements as well. So shh, you're modeling for the client to round their lips. The same thing for K, but K is a little different because you can't really see. The articulator is doing the work. But the story is this little boy's mother is trying to tie his bow tie too tightly, and he starts to make the quiet choking sound. The hand cue is pretend you're tying a bow tie or put your hands on your own neck as if choking. So that shows that the sound that you have to produce it in the back. So those are just some visuals that you can provide, but also in terms of showing the client how to position the articulators with certain sounds. So for the SH, for instance, I would have the client sit directly next to me, and I would place a mirror directly in front of us, so it's facing us. And when I produce the sound, the client is directly next to me, watching me produce the sound in the mirror, and he can produce the sound on imitation. Another way you can involve multisensory, so that was another visual, this would be tactile cues. So for instance, let's say we're producing the V sound. I would still be using the mirror in front of us, but I would also involve the use of a dum-dum lollipop or something where you can get some tactile feedback and put it on the bottom of the client's lip to produce the V sound, right? So you're rubbing it in for tactile, and you're going to tell him, bite down on your lip, and you're still showing the client in the mirror, biting down. Tactile feedback is also used by using a prompt. So for the V, I would place my finger right below the client's chin and have the client bite down, really provide pressure underneath the chin to push the lip inward. Same thing for SH. I would provide a physical prompt as well. So with SH, I would hold the back of the client's head with one hand, and I would hold the sides of the lips and firmly press against the client's lips. Shh. And this, at the same time, is the mirror providing a visual cue as well to see how your lips are rounding to produce the sound. So visual would be lively letters. It would also be the mirror. And tactile would be using the lollipop, providing the physical prompts, and auditory would be modeling the sound. Thank you.